Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Long Take with Caitie and Jordan.
What's up, guys? This is our Oscars episode and the shit show that was Oscars 2021.
Yeah, it was an extremely boring show that we only watched 2.5 hours of. So this is us talking about how boring it was.
Yes. And I would like to thank the Academy, and I would like to thank my mom and my dad.
It's funny because there's actually like we have some good takes in here on what award shows are, so.
Yeah. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LongTakePod on Twitter and at LongTake_pod on Instagram. We're also on YouTube, so watch us on YouTube. If you're watching, hello, like and subscribe. If you're just listening, thanks for listening again. Lots more to come.
That's it.
That is it. Here's our Oscars episode. I guess we can start by saying, what a flop. Am I right?
This is a solid pour.
Yeah, not too bad.
Here, you can take this one.
You
Oh yeah, I blew
blew
it.
in that one.
I blew the dust out of it. Don't make it weird.
All right. So we have cheap champagne.
Yep. And we have a cheap award show.
It's Oscars night. I mean, it was yesterday, but it's our Oscars night.
Yeah.
The worst Oscars I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
We sat through 2.5 hours of it, and we were miserable the whole time.
Yeah.
But at least this episode will be better than the whole Oscars, am I right?
Yum.
Warm and cheap.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Oscars 2021 were last night. I'm sure no one who's listening to this watched them because they had the lowest ratings they've ever had. Only 9 million people watched them, and on average 36.7, I think it was, million people watched the Oscars.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So no one gave a shit about the 93rd Academy Awards.
Yeah.
But rightfully so. I mean, to be honest, we had like very little movies released this past year, and the ones that were very heavy and darker. Mm-hmm. So overall, if you didn't watch the Oscars, you're not missing out on anything. They were very somber. They were uneventful.
It was just long and boring.
It was so boring. And then they didn't have a time limit anymore for speeches.
Yeah, which is like back in the day, in the other Oscars you'd watch back in the day last year, you'd be like, oh yeah, like they get a certain amount of time, that's it, in and out. And now then like some certain people you'd be like, oh, I want to hear them talk more. When you give them that option to talk for 2 minutes straight, it's the worst thing.
Oh my God, it was
45
terrible.
seconds in and out, please.
And it's like, no offense, but it's like people you don't really want to hear from are the ones talking. I don't know. Shout out David Kaluuya. Mm-hmm. He won Best Supporting Actor. He should have been nominated for Best Actor, but that's a whole other thing. We talked about that in our first episode of this season, I think. How they were both nominated from Judas and the Black Messiah for Best Supporting Actor. Neither one of them got Best Actor. But there is a little conspiracy with that.
Okay, let's hear about it.
So there's a little conspiracy that they nominated both of them as supporting actor from that movie because they were going to give Chadwick the win. And then they saved the Best Actor award to the end because Chadwick was supposed to win. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't. And no one cared. Anthony Hopkins wasn't even there. Yeah. Or wasn't even present. Yeah. To accept his award. I mean, shout out Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's a great actor. And The Father looks amazing. It's one of the ones I haven't seen yet. But it looks amazing, but it would have been cool.
It doesn't make any sense to me why they would just do that. Like, why wouldn't you just give to him?
I know. Well, because I guarantee you that at least 7 million of the people who watched were watching because Chadwick Boseman was going to get his Oscar. Yeah. And he should have. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they built it all up, and it was a whole big thing. So it's disappointing. But I guess that's the one adjective you can use to describe these Oscars.
Yeah. On a plus side, a positive note. I mean, give me a positive note. What are some good takes out of this?
We're gonna have to dig a little. I mean, Emerald Fennell won best original screenplay for Promising Young Woman, which was exciting. And then Chloe Zhao won best director for Nomadland, and that's the first female in like the past 3 years or something. I think it was 3 years to win, and the first Asian American woman.
Wow, yeah.
Congratulations to her. That's impressive.
And we had a really cute moment from I'm gonna butcher this. Yu Young.
Yeah.
Is that how do you? I'm gonna assume that's gonna be my best try.
She even made a joke in her speech about how people don't pronounce her name right. She was my highlight of the night.
Yeah,
she was
absolutely.
so cute.
She got to flirt with Brad Pitt a little bit.
She did. And she made fun of him because he mispronounced her name twice. Yeah. In like 2 different ways. Yeah. So he messed that up. But
that's okay.
She was so cute. And she was just excited to be there. It was like
she had a good quote too.
What was her quote? Oh.
Thank you to my 2 boys for making your mother work. I love that.
Yeah, she was really cute. It was like Olivia Colman when she won her Oscar, and she was just like, she just kept saying she was so excited to be there and everything. Yeah. But even when she said how she just must be luckier than everyone.
Oh, yeah.
She was so cute. I loved her. Other than that, really no highlights from the night.
How do you feel about just award shows in general? Do you think they have meaning? Do you think anybody that wins an Oscar is above someone else? Because I don't think so. I think the idea of award shows makes sense, but I think just how not demoralizing it is. I guess demoralizing would be the word that I'd want to use, and how just like non-important it is, because there's good actors and there's good movies that don't even get recognized, that are beyond superior than other movies that do get recognized. And that's why I don't think award shows and stuff like this really define who's the best and what's the best. But I think that's in everything. I don't think that's in just this category. It's just like looking at the Grammys and looking at the Weeknd this year. 52 weeks out of the year, he's in the top 10 and he doesn't get any nominations. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, I guess I see it differently from you because...
Think of this, though. I love Hereditary. I'll back Hereditary to the end of till it, whatever. Hereditary in 2018 didn't get any looks. But and then the whole defense is, well, it's an A24 movie. Well, it's not a popular movie. Minari's a A24 movie. Mm-hmm. Moonlight's an A24 movie. So it's like there are A24 movies or smaller company movies that are getting recognized, and Toni Collette's role in Hereditary, even Alex Wolff's role in Hereditary is outstanding. The screenplay itself, the score, the soundtrack in Hereditary is far superior, and whatever won that year, I don't know. But that's just what I'm saying, is like that was a good movie that came out that year that had a lot of great elements that weren't even recognized in any type of way. And then you have it, and then when you think of soundtrack that won that year was it Bohemian Rhapsody?
Probably.
It probably was. And that's the whole idea when you look at that. And that's how you can defer what's right and what's wrong, and how that this doesn't make sense, because it doesn't.
I think I just look at it a little differently than you, because I understand that there's problems with like awards and everything, but I don't really look at it as something
that defines.
No, yeah, like I don't look at it with so much weight, I guess. I think the Oscars for me have been purely entertainment. I don't think that they've always chosen the right movies. I don't think they've chosen the right actors. And I don't think that's what they're about anymore, as much as they say it's about like recognizing the great in film. I think there's too much content and art being put out there that couldn't be recognized. There's just no possible way. I think it's more about public consumption and what people are watching and pushing certain things onto people. And I think it's just purely entertainment. And I think that's why I was so disappointed with this year, because I've always looked at award shows not necessarily as like, oh, this is the best movie, this is like best picture, like this year. I don't really look at it like that as much as I look at it like entertainment, like, oh, all of these people are up against each other, how special would it be to win? Because I don't think even actors are really like, I have an Oscar. Like, I don't think anyone really puts too much weight to it. I think when you start doing that, I think
some people definitely do.
Well, I'm sure there's some people, but I'm saying I think as soon as you start putting weight to it, that's when the problems come in. But I guess I just don't do that. I just see it as like entertainment. And like I always said, the Oscars are my Super Bowl, because I like love to watch the Oscars. I get excited like leading up to that day. I'm like pumped for it. Like I just look at it purely as entertainment, and then if movies that I like are getting recognized,
then it's just, it benefits you more.
Yeah, but I mean, if like a movie I like isn't getting recognized, I'm not like Hereditary. It is disappointing, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. I think it was just about consumption, and it wasn't what they were looking for. But I think like the real problem with the Oscars, and it was like highlighted this year, is their problem with not being diverse enough in the past, and also not contributing to the success of women or anything like that. And I think they tried to compensate for that like crazy this year, and it was just too much.
Someone said, oh, you guys aren't, putting the spotlight on women enough, and then they said, okay, let's do that this year, and then they just plastered it all over. Same with like the international films and like everything else. It was like certain awards you wouldn't even see on the broadcast are now getting 25-30 minutes on, and it's like, yes.
And that's another reason why you can't really hold any weight to these awards, because I'm not saying that who won this year didn't deserve it. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying it almost seems like they were like, get as many women as we can, get as many different races and, cultures in as we can. And then the way that they almost were apologizing the entire Oscars for their wrongdoings in the past, it's like, you just needed to meet us halfway. You didn't need to go all the way across and jump off the bridge. You know, like,
we just needed recognition. We didn't need the whole ballot.
Yeah. And I love Laura Dern. I love her. But when she was announcing Best Supporting Actor and she said to each and every nominee like what that role meant to her, it was almost like you're taking yourself way too seriously at this point. I mean, this is an award show. It's the Oscars. Like, be light. Be like, no one wants to spend their whole 2020 in this pandemic going through miserable times to watch the Oscars and then have to sit through this somber, boring event. Like, it was just like, you're taking yourself too seriously. No offense to the actors, because I think obviously this is like the business that I love, and I'm very infatuated with the whole idea of it, but like, you're actors, you're not like humanitarians, you're not like...
Well, some of them are.
I know, but I'm saying they all took themselves way too seriously, and it just seemed too apologetic to me and just not entertaining, and that's why I think people watch it.
Yeah.
No one watches it for, I mean, there are people who watch it for the awards. I'm not trying to say no, but I mean, most of it is entertainment factor, and I didn't get that at all this year, so...
Are there any other positives that come out of this?
Not so many. I thought some of the fashion was really nice this year. I thought Daniel Kaluuya looked amazing. Lakeith Stanfield looked amazing. They showed up giving their all. Like, they killed it. I thought that was like, honestly, men's fashion this year was really amazing, because Leslie Odom Jr. and that gold was really good. Laura Dern, again, I love her, but her dress was terrible.
Yeah, that was weird.
She looked like there was a bird on the bottom of her. It was terrible.
It looked like she was like wearing an ostrich costume, but like only the bottom half of it.
Yeah, literally. Frances McDormand, she didn't. I mean, I don't like her anyway, but she didn't really look like she tried or cared to be there.
There's a lot of people in the audience too. Emily pointed out, like, they looked pissed off just being there.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a weird vibe. I will say I liked how it was set up. I thought it looked really nice. I liked the tables and everything.
I like how small it was. It was very like what's it?
Intimate.
Very intimate. Yeah. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I liked that. I would like to see that maybe continued, even with mainly just like nominees and stuff. That would be kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, have the nominees like center. And then have the rest of everyone kind of in the back, you know? Yeah.
The most exciting thing I saw was on Twitter afterward, Lil Rel, after we turned it off, because we turned it off pretty early, but Lil Rel came out and he like walked around and talked to people. Glenn Close did like that dance.
Yeah.
Which was weird. But I mean, like, I guess that was more entertaining. They should have been doing stuff like that the whole time. But I really think they just needed someone to knock them down a peg.
Yeah, I mean, they just really needed a host.
Yeah, they needed Ricky Gervais.
That's never going to happen.
Oh, it will never happen. But that's who they needed in this moment because they were being so PC that it was not entertaining.
Yeah, they needed somebody that was like, everyone loves this person. Let's just let them do their thing.
Yeah, Billy Crystal would have been amazing to come back. He hasn't done it in a while, and he has a movie coming out.
The first person that came to my mind was, I mean, Ricky Gervais, so I think of Steve Carell.
Oh.
But, like, he's just, like, somebody that everyone loves. So I could see him doing that.
Honestly, anyone would have been great. But, yeah, not so many positives this year. I really was disappointed. We were live tweeting it. It was just bad.
Yeah.
We weren't really interested in it this year, and normally the Oscars are a big night.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's just weird. I think it's just weird, too, because, I mean, the movies weren't great.
Yeah. No.
The one lady said Borat.
No, she didn't. She said Barat.
That's what it was.
Barat. Usually we do, like, such a fun night. Like,
yeah, normally we have food and stuff.
We make drinks. We have food.
We did the Call Me By Your Name drink the one year.
Yeah.
Oh, because I call you by your name.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, next year it'll be more fun and we can do something like more exciting.
Did you see that it is announced that Don't Look Up, or no, not Don't Look Up will be released in November or December? It's looking like a late November release.
Well, I'm already excited for next year's Oscars because there's already Oscar buzz for next year. Yeah. I was just reading an article today. Yeah, for Don't Worry, Darling and Don't Look Up. And there was one other one that was like creating some Oscar buzz, and I can't remember it right now, but there was another one, and they were saying that they're already contenders. Yeah. So
it's exciting.
I know. Next year's Oscars will be good. We'll do like a bigger thing next year.
Yeah.
And we'll make drinks and stuff. But I don't know. Very disappointed. If you didn't watch it, I don't blame you. We watched it so you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's not like go watch it and for yourself. Don't even do it.
No, don't even look up clips. It wasn't. I mean,
look up
speeches. Look up speeches. Because even Daniel Kaluuya's speech was funny. Because what he said about his parents.
Yeah.
But also,
I was
hot
surprised.
take.
Oh, wait. Go.
Hot take about Daniel Kaluuya's speech. Long take.
Bro.
Did it kind of sound like Def Jam poetry or something? Like a little bit?
I didn't get that, no.
I thought it kind of sounded like Def Jam poetry because he was like,
To me personally, I thought it sounded a little immature. But I think it's just the way that he speaks.
He was pissed. I don't know if he was pissed that night, but he was pissed before it because he should have been up for Best Actor.
Yeah.
And
but you said this to me, and I have my own choice, like my own thoughts about it too. But like, would you rather be nominated for Best Actor and lose, or nominated for supporting and win? I mean,
I think I'd rather be nominated for Best Actor
and lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would rather be nominated for Best Actor and lose to Chadwick.
Yeah, That one just, it sucks. That one sucks because now he'll never get an Oscar.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
That was one thing that I was going to say. I remembered what I was going to say. I thought Daniel's speech was going to have some type of like anger behind it or like calling out or anything like that, and it didn't end at all.
No.
So, which is, I mean, whatever. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, this moment for him is very, it's a very big moment in his life, and obviously, it's like well deserved and all that. But like, I would have saw some heat on there.
Yeah, I know, it would have spiced up the night a little bit. My God. Yeah, so that kind of wraps it up. Oscars sucked. Join us next week. We'll do something more exciting than this shit show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the Oscars are better next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
But until then,
see you later, guys.
Peace. Oh, you want to share?
Well, now we don't have to.
You hit it.